Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Still some more people coming in, so let's give them a minute or two.
Hello.
Good morning. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm not sure if anybody else has come. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Okay. Oh, two more. Let me share my screen with you. I don't need that page. Okay, so today, let me pull up the calendar. Today we're going to finish kind of, oh, sorry, let me, this is totally in my way. There we go, okay. Today we're going to finish looking at Newton's third law, which is looking at interaction pairs. And so we looked at it last week, and we also looked at some videos yesterday or a couple of days ago and did a practice. Today we're going to do one more practice, and then we're just going to start studying for the final. By the way, your final is next Monday, and it's just going to be over this force stuff we're doing. You just had a quiz recently, test over forces, and there's some motion stuff too. So let's get into it. Okay, Wednesday. All right, so we're going to be whiteboarding worksheet 1, which I shared with each one of you, and I'll show you that too in a second. And then number 2, again, we're going to talk about a little bit more about the final exam. Okay, so the worksheets I shared with each one of you, and the first one we're looking at is Newton's Law, worksheet 1, A and B. And I don't think this worksheet is going to take very long. What we're going to have on this is just going to be concept development, where we're looking at this idea of interaction pairs. And there's an example over here. So we've got this fist that's punching this wall, and it says below, the fist hits the wall. Okay, that's from the person's perspective. But from the wall's perspective, you could say the wall hits the fist, because there's this interaction pair. There's a force on the wall, kind of like a push force on the wall from the fist, but there's also an equal and opposite force on the fist. It's a push on the fist from the wall. Look at the feeler dealer down here, fist wall, and then over here is wall fist. That tells you it's in opposite directions, but it's the same size because it's the same type of force. It's a push. So what you have to do for A and for B is you have to complete the sentence. So notice it says here for A, it says head bumps wall. You have to figure out what the other sentence is, just like over here for the example, fist hits wall. The other part was wall hits fist. You need to come up with the second part of the head bumps wall, ball. For B, same thing, you have to complete that sentence. On top of that, you'll notice that there is one arrow that's drawn for A that's going up into the ball. You have to draw the interaction twin to that. Same thing for the bug one. You can see the force on the bug from the windshield. Okay, so let me what do I want to do here? Okay, oh, I gotta stop sharing. Oh, I forgot, I gotta put you guys in breakout rooms. That's what I gotta do. And why is it not working? Okay.
worksheet we're doing.
Okay, so go ahead and go into the breakout rooms and start on that first problem there with A and B.
Hey,
Yeah.
where's the worksheet?
Are you saying none of the people in your group have it?
No, they don't know where it's at.
I shared it with them in a Google document. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask them, but no one knew.
oh my God.
Do you mind sharing that with me?
Sure. I will. In fact, I'll share as soon as I find Brenda's. Where the heck's Brenda's?
Okay. I'm sure it's all shared with them.
Oh, here's Brenda's. I'll share you Brenda's folder. It's a folder, is what it is. It has all of them in it. It
Right.
says, okay, I'll share that whole thing with you too. That way,
Okay.
that's probably how all the other groups are too, and they're not saying anything. It's frustrating. Okay. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm having problems doing this. It keeps
No, you're
on,
okay.
it tries to put in other people.
Oh.
All right. So now I'm sharing it with you right now. So if you go in your Google Drive, you should see if you click over on shared with me, you should see, I, I think it's just going to say Brennan Nicholson probably.
Okay. Would still be coming through here.
What I would think would be there instantly. It's just that
Yeah.
it's just a file, and then inside that file has a bunch of, it says copy N3 law worksheet 3, and then it has a bunch of whiteboards in it. Well, while we're here, so Monday then is their exam, and of course, I'm wondering how many people are going to be absent since they're not here today.
Right.
So I guess my question is, for the kids who get extended time, are they going to be taking that test the same day with you? Because I'm trying to figure out how to make it. I don't know how to make it so, because I don't think you guys can pause it inside of Canvas. I don't think they can pause the test and come back to it.
Right. There should be an option, like you could create a second, or I can't remember exactly how you do it. It's either you create a second test, and that test is like 90 minutes versus 60 minutes, or whatever the allotted time is.
Well, see, I can give them extended time. That's not a problem. But then, I'm just thinking, let's say a kid, they can only do whatever 90 minutes today because that's how long the class is. But they get another, let's say another 90 minutes, but they can't do that until next week or something.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. My idea was to make a separate test, but only put, for those kids that get double time, let's say,
Yeah.
only put half of the questions on there, and they would do that half on Monday in class, and then they would do the other half of it on whatever other day you think you can work out to meet with them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that could work.
That's the only thing I could think of. I can't think of anything else. I don't know how to make it work. Well, you think about it and you let me know. I think I'm going to call everybody back and share my whiteboard, since probably they don't even know what.
The thing is not coming through for me for some reason.
It's not there.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
All
This is so frustrating because I put all that time to make these files up. All right, so you're logged into your school Gmail,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now your name's not on here. I just put it on a second ago. All right, let me try again. Maybe I didn't hit. Let me try it again. You're D'Alger at Saks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I hit save. I don't know, that should have done it before. I'm gonna open it up again and try it again.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not there. What the heck? I mean, Brenna's there. It says, now it does say viewer, it should say editor. I don't know why it says, but anyway, it does say pending changes. I wonder if that's, I'm just gonna send the link to you because I don't know what else to do. I have no
Okay.
idea. It's very frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna send it anyway. Okay, so here's it. You'll get an email with the link. You should also have been able to get right in there. I don't understand what's going on. All right, I'm just gonna call everybody else up.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Noah, did you have the file? Did you have access to it?
Yes, I did have access to it.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. Some people are saying they don't have it. So some people are saying they don't have access to the file. Noah, could you explain really quickly, where did you look to find the access to the file at?
The access to the file, you actually, what I did, I went to my Gmail, and that's, I looked for the most recent one with Mark Lenfestny on it, and that's where I found the file.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see my answers to that problem. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to kind of blank out one of these. That way we don't get distracted. This over a little bit. Okay, so if you look at this one for A, if it was head bumps ball, the reaction would be ball bumps head. So one half of the pair is head bumps ball, the other half is ball bumps head. And notice the two forces, they are equal, but they are in opposite directions, equal and opposite. And if you look at the force on the head, it's the push on the head from the ball, and the other one is the push on the ball from the head. Okay, now let's look at the next one. So the next one, instead of being windshield hits bug, I have bug hits windshield. So notice what happens is all we do is change those nouns around. It's still a hit force. And we just change which object is being acted upon. And so my two forces are equal and opposite. There's a push on the bug from the car, and there's a push on the car from the bug. And that's, I'm not sure why I have a bug. There we go. So any questions on that one? So the next one we're gonna be looking at is, let's see, C, D, and E. So I've got the example over here again, just in case you forgot, and I'd like you to go ahead and do C, D, and E. So let me stop sharing. And let me open up the breakout rooms. Jacob, you have a question? You should be in room 5. If you didn't get an invitation, if you go down, Jacob, down to the bottom where it says breakout rooms, you can click on breakout rooms and put yourself in room 5. Jacob, any questions? Okay, Jacob, I'm not hearing from you. You're not moving. I'm going to assume that you're not there or you're having technical difficulties. So I'm probably going to kick you out. That way you can see if you can try to get back in again, or maybe watch the video that's being recorded afterwards. Can you hear me now, Jacob? Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay, you should be in room 5 right now. So you got an invitation. If you didn't get an invitation, go down to where it says breakout rooms, click on that and put yourself in room 5.
Well, I think they got to it so late that they're about to go back to the other session. I'm not here.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you my answers to these. Hopefully they're becoming kind of a little bit easy for you. So the first one I have here is looking at it, it says the bat hits the ball. That means the ball hits the bat. So you can't be touched without being touched. So hopefully you got that pretty good. I also put in the twin to that force. So they show the force here pointing to the right on the ball. There must be a force on the bat that points to the left, the same size. So that force is a push force on the bat from the ball, whereas the other one is a push force on the ball from the bat. Okay. Okay, the next one is, oops, too far, yeah. Try to ignore this one. There we go. The next one is, it says hand touches nose, so it's going to be nose touches hand. So there's a push force on the nose from the hand, which means there's an equal and opposite push on the hand from the nose. And then the last one, let me move this back over again. Oh, shoot. So it says the hand pulls the flower. That means the flower pulls on the hand. So they're both interacting with one another. So there's a pull force on the flower from the hand. That's the one that was drawn. But then there's this other force right here. It's a pull force on the hand from the flower. So how'd you do on those? Why don't you unmute yourself? How'd you do on those?
Good.
Pretty good? Okay.
Pretty good, yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
I think, let me stop sharing for a second. Let's see here. I think I would kind of like to split this up if we can. So Noah, could you go ahead and try to do the next one, F and G, okay? And in fact, let's have Noah and Josh do F and G, okay? And Imani, Jasmine, Elizabeth, let's see if you guys could do, let's say number 2, whiteboard number 2 in there. So see if you can work on that one.
All right, pull up F and G.
Let's see. Kari, Kylie, David. Let's see if you can do 3A and A through C.
Can you show me what F and G looks like?
There's F, is there a G?
Okay, so F and G looks like this. So I think this was Noah and Josh. Okay. And let's see. Number 2, this would be Imani, Jasmine, Elizabeth. Looks like this one. So see if you can do that one. Okay.
Now it's E and F. E to G. B and F.
Okay, and then let's see, Kari, Kylie, and David. Let's see if you can do 3A through C. So it kind of looks like this right here. Oh, this one's not so bad. This is kind of like multiple choice kind of stuff. That one's not too bad. You guys lucked out on that one. And Brenna, let's see, Brenna. How about Brenna? How about we have you do F and G as well? F and G, just like Noah and Josh. Let's see, Jacob.
You can't see it.
I can't see it.
Jacob, how about you do number 3D, which is the one that looks kind of like this. Okay. All right. So let me. Oh, you can't see anything. Oh, now I know what's going on. I'm like, duh. I'm sorry. You know, you guys should have this. You should have a folder that has all these in there, so that when I say F and G, you should be able to see those. Can you not see the folder?
No. Tell me you only have E and F in your folder. I only have E and F, I think.
Really? This is technology is so much fun, isn't it? Okay, so sorry. All right, so I don't know what's going on here. All right. Well, we might not be able to get very far then, because I think you guys can see mine now. For instance, I see a folder here. It says Josh, and if I click on it, I see all these different whiteboards in there. And
Yeah, that's what's on mine. That's what I see.
Do that, Josh.
okay.
No.
And so maybe if you're not seeing this, maybe try to reload the page, maybe refresh a
On
page.
my drive.
Okay. All right, we'll just see how far we can go. All right, so how about I stop sharing and you just see what you can do, okay?
Okay.
Brenna, you can go into breakout room 2. It's at the bottom down there. It says breakout rooms, just click, there you go. Okay, does somebody want to share their screen for F through G? One of the people I asked, yeah, Noah, go ahead and bottom, go ahead and click share screen so we can see it.
It says you disabled it.
What? I think
It
they must
literally
have,
says you disabled screen sharing. The
yeah,
participant.
it sounds, I think they must have, I think Zoom must have changed something because I didn't disable it. All right, so let me see what I can do about that. All
Yeah,
right,
it says
Noah, I think what I can do is I can make you the host for a second. So how about I make you the host?
okay.
All right, and now you can share. That's frustrating. They changed that.
Okay, let me expand it.
Okay,
Shoop.
there you go.
I got the arrows.
Okay.
Bar pushes downward, right?
Now,
Because it's super heavy.
okay, but we have to say something like bar pushes downward on what?
On the
Look at,
athlete.
yeah, the athlete, yeah. So you could say probably bar pushes athlete downward, something like that.
Or
Good.
that.
And then the other one is what's the balloon pushing inward on?
Pushes inward on.
Yeah, exactly. The compressed air. Awesome. Can everybody give them a hand down at the bottom? Reaction. Yay. Yay.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
And let's see. I think I can.
Good.
Oh,
Should I stop sharing?
yeah, I guess so. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. I'm going to reclaim the host thing. I have to figure out what happened there. All right. So the next one we're looking at, and I forget which one is it. I think this was number 2. Yeah, number 2. So
Dang it.
any of the people that were working on number 2, do you want to go ahead and share? Let me just kind of raise your hand and I'll give it to you. Okay. So Monty, let me go ahead, figure out how I did that again. All right. I'm going to make you the host. You are the host, the hostess with the mostest. Sorry. Too early in the morning. The bottom of the share screen there. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so, oh, you know what? I didn't even think about the one with the ground. That's kind of cool. Okay, so you got the on the person there, you got on the monkey, you got on the scale. Okay, yeah, those are pretty good ones. Awesome. Can we give our hand the reactions? Awesome. Yay. Okay, and then if you could stop sharing again, then Monty. Okay, and let me reclaim the host. For that one, I do want to share mine because it says to do 6, and I and so I wanted you to be able to see all 6 of them. So I had, just like Amani, I had the one on the I don't know, the guy in the Tarzan suit over here. There's a force on there's there's a force on the rope from Tarzan, and there's a force on Tarzan from the rope. There's a force on the monkey from the rope, and there's a force on the rope from the monkey. On the other side of the monkey, there's a force on the rope, the other rope from the monkey, and then there's a force on the monkey from the rope. For the scale, I have 2 forces, one on each end, or 2 interaction pairs, 2 twins. On the left end, I have a force on the scale from the rope, and I have a force on the rope from the scale. And then for the furthest right, I have a force on the rope, that last rope on the right from the scale, and then a force on the scale from the rope. And then I put one more up here at the tree. There's a force on the tree from the rope, and there's an interaction pair on the rope from the tree. Those are all the same size. So for instance, if the force over here on the Tarzan guy, let's say it's 5 newtons, then all the way over here on the right, that's still 5 newtons. They're all the same. That means the scale would read how much? Can you unmute yourself? How many newtons would it read?
5.
5 newtons, yeah. They're all the same. It's 5 newtons. That's right. Okay, very good job there. Thank you, Amani. So the next one we're doing, okay, I've lost my, let's see. 3A through C. So let me stop sharing. Anybody want to share theirs with us? 3A through C, kind of raise your hand or something. Again, the people who were working on those, it was kind of multiple choice. I think all you had to do is circle the answer. I think you actually had it easier than other people.
I think yeah.
Okay, let me make Kari, where's he at? Oh, there he is. Okay, so make him the host. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, and so for the first one, I'll just read it to everybody. It says to say the weight of the apple is 1 newtons is to say that a downward gravitational force of 1 newtons is exerted on the apple by the earth. Excellent. Part B, Nellie's hand supports the apple with a normal force N, which acts in a direction opposite to W. We could say that N has the same magnitude, same size as W. Nice. That one's the one that students usually miss. They're like, oh, it's equal to W. Well, it's the same size as W, but it's not in the same direction. So very good on that one. And then the last one is at rest. So the net force is 0. Bang, he got all those. That's awesome. Good job. Awesome. So let me, if you can stop sharing. I don't think I need to go over that one at all. That was a good job. Nice on that one. That was pretty quick. And Kari at the bottom or at the top, if you hit the red stop sharing.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so then the next one we're going to do, I forget, let's see. Oh, this one was a little bit harder, I think, if I remember right. This is 3D, I think. Yeah, 3D. Okay. So let me ask whoever was working on 3D, you guys want to share this one?
I had that.
Okay, so Jacob, let me see. Now this was a little bit tougher, so oh wait, why can't I share with you? For some reason it's not letting me. Oh, because I didn't reclaim host. All right, let me try again. All right, here we go. Make host. There you go. So Jacob, you should be the host now. So at the bottom, if you click the green share. Now this one was harder. Okay, so yeah, this one's a tougher one because students look at those and they're like, oh, okay, so those are definitely interaction pairs because they're equal and opposite. They are equal, they are opposite, but we cannot say that they're interaction pairs. So that first one should be cannot. And here's the reason. It says that, the reason is because the interaction force pair should be on opposite objects or in different objects. So it's not, that next answer should not be the same object. It should be on different objects. Interaction pairs always work on different objects. They're like twins. They don't cancel one another because they act on 2 different objects. But in this case, you can see they are acting on the same object, on the apple. So that tells you, that's your clue that they're not interaction pairs. Here's another clue. One's called the normal force and the other one's called the weight. If they're truly twins, they should be the same type of force, like both normals or both weights or something like that. All right, cool. Jacob, if you can stop sharing near the top or something, there's a red stop share. Cool. All right, I think that was the last one that we did. So I think I'm going to share my screen now with you guys. All right, so let's see. Let's see, we did that one. Did that one. Okay, the next one we're looking at is E. It says, according to the rule, action is A acting on B, then reaction is B acting on A. If we say the earth is pulling down on the apple, then the reaction is the apple's pulling up on the earth. So it's kind of weird. How can the apple pull up on the earth? It is. It's pulling up on the earth. The reason why we don't see the earth move up is because it's such a small amount that it would move up because the mass of the earth is so huge. Okay, to repeat for emphasis, we see that N and W are equal and opposite, but they do not comprise an interaction force pair. Another pair of forces is N and the downward force of the apple against Nellie's hand, which is not shown. This force pair is an interaction force pair because they're both normal forces. Suppose Nellie now pushes upward on the apple with a force of 2 newtons. Remember the apple weighs 1 newton. So the weight arrow downward, that would be 1. And now she's going to push upward with a force of 2 newtons. That means it's not balanced anymore. And what's going to happen is it's going to accelerate upward. And compared to W, the magnitude of N is now twice. It's going to be twice as big. And then finally, the last whiteboard, after being pushed upward, it's going to leave her hand. So it's kind of like she's thrown it up in the air. As soon as it leaves her hand, the N force becomes, the normal becomes 0 because it's not touching her hand anymore. And the net force on the apple, now if you drew the force diagram on the apple, there'd only be one force on it, the weight. Okay, and then there's a little cartoon down there if you're interested in that. All right, so we're done with that worksheet. We're kind of done talking about Newton's third law, and I lost my page. Now I want to kind of talk about the final exam. The final exam is going to be, you're going to come to a Zoom session next Monday, and the final exam is going to be from 7:45 to 9:15. So that entire time you'll be working on the final exam. It's going to be kind of like the last one where I put you into breakout rooms individually. That way you can individually work on it, and as soon as you're done with it, you're done with the final. If you would like some extra review because you're like a little bit worried, although I wouldn't think you should be worried because it's going to be over this force stuff we just did, that you just had a quiz over, plus this action reaction stuff, which isn't too hard, I don't think. And there is some of the motion with motion maps and that kind of stuff, but there is a review packet here if you want to download it and open it up. And it just has, you know, some of the stuff we looked at were graphs, and you had to draw motion maps, you know, that's with the dots and the arrows. And here's a velocity time graph, and again, you draw motion maps, that kind of stuff. And here's some more motion maps, and you have to figure out, is the ball speeding up, is it slowing down? So that's the stuff we did in the very first part of the semester. And then the second part was we were doing stuff with force diagrams, and that's where you had to kind of draw the forces that act on it and figure out, you know, which way it's moving and net force and acceleration. And there's a few extra problems here. You don't have to do any of this, but if you're like wanting to do some extra practice, and if you're like, well, I want to know what the answers are, well, I've got the answer packet right there too. I'm not going to open that up for you. I would recommend, if you're going to study that packet, that you try them yourself and then maybe click on the answers to check them out. So again, your final is next Monday, 7:45, the Zoom session. So don't forget to attend. There isn't any quiz on Canvas today. It was just coming, but I need to get a picture of you because for the people who aren't here, I need to contact them to make sure they understand they got to show up to that final. Okay. Okay. Any questions before we leave? Sorry about technology. I don't know what was going on with Google. It should have shared that stuff with you. I don't know why it wasn't working for some of you.
Did you say the Zoom is mandatory for the final?
Yeah, yeah. The next Monday. In fact, oh, maybe I should share that with you. Maybe you guys don't know this. If you go to Canvas here at the top, it says final exam schedule. So it has all your finals, and we're down here. If it will let me scroll, why is it not scrolling? So next week, starting the 18th, you can see right here, you don't need to look over here on the right because that's just AP classes and dual credit. But here in the kind of pinkish section here in column B, you'll see it says first period finals from 7:45 to 9:15. That's a Zoom session. Then period 2, whatever your period 2 class is, you're going to have another final exam 9:30 to 11. That's another Zoom. You need to attend that. And then third period. If you're wondering when your other classes are having finals, 4th and 5th are on Tuesday, and 6th and 7th are on Wednesday. So, no, did that answer your question? Okay. All right. So are there any other questions? All right, that's it. Then I'll see you on the final then next Monday. Okay.
See you on the final.
Don't forget, I also have office hours. If you have questions, you can ask me on Monday or on Fridays. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Good job, guys.
See ya. Okay. Well, that was frustrating. I don't know why. So were you able to get in or not?
No, it never showed up, and I just had Josh share his screen with us in that group, so
Okay.
it worked out.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not coming through.
I was having problems with the email the other day too.
Really?
my students were emailing me and I didn't get it, and I sent out emails to them and they didn't get it. So I don't know.
It's weird.
Okay, so I do have the final. I don't have it on Canvas yet, so I'll get it on this weekend. It's all multiple choice. In fact, it's one I used. Excuse me. I think maybe I used it last year. So
Really?
no.
Yeah, so we have until that next week.
Yeah. And so I didn't publicize that to them, but I'm, I don't want to let them yeah. I want to make sure that they come.
Yeah, I mean, no, it just, yeah, I agree. They should all be there for that day. But if it comes to where they need,
Right.
if something happens, whatever, they can't use their extra time during that time, then we have until that next week to get it finished right.
Okay, so what I'm thinking then is I'll look at, who gets time and a half, who gets double time, and I'll probably make like a part A and a part B for those kids, and that way on Monday they can go ahead and do part A, and then whenever you decide that, or they decide, whatever, you guys decide you're gonna do the other part of it, then I will go ahead and share that code with you, and you tell me when that is, and I'll make sure that it's open on that day.
Well, we could do it. Could we do it the same day? I mean,
We can, yeah. I don't have a problem with that. I just wanted to make it because Canvas doesn't. Yeah, Canvas doesn't let me pause it for them, so I needed to make it flexible so that they can do it whenever. I guess.
No, I think that's a good idea to make two parts. Then we're not around with being able to reopen it or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna try to just push them all to get it done that same day. So.
Okay. The other thing I'm worried about, I don't think the administrators understand this, because I did get the email about, accommodations for students and making sure that you can read to them. It's going to be a pain in the rear for you, because these in Canvas, they're going to be in any order. These questions are going to be in any order. Now, the nice thing is, I think, well, actually, I'm not sure. I think all of them are just conceptual, so there's not mathematical, I think.
Okay.
But even in that case, their number 1 might be another kid's number 15 or something.
Right. Yeah.
And so
there's there should be that text to speech option on there.
was that something I can do or no?
Yeah, there should be that option on Canvas.
How's that work?
I don't know. I've never done it, but the past couple tests, like for bio tests that are done, they had that option on there.
So what teacher is that, so I can contact that teacher?
I know Miss Martin was using it.
Okay.
Bio teacher.
So explain what does that look like from a kid's point of view then? So they get to the question and what?
I think it just has like an option to the right of the question, something to click on, and then it'll do the text to speech stuff.
And so there's like a computer program that reads the question for them.
Computerized voice. And that covers that accommodation then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so does it read all the options then too? Because I think
I've never seen it. I've never, I mean, it should, but yeah, I've never looked at it.
Okay.
But
All right.
if that's really what it is, and it actually works well with then really all I need to do is just be there for any additional questions.
Okay.
So,
I will start looking into that, because I don't know anything about that. Okay. All right. Then I guess I better get on it. All right.
well,
So
let me know what you find, and if it works out right. And also you're not doing lockdown browser, right?
no, no.
Yeah, because if we can't have Zoom open if we have
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. I don't even know their final specific 15%. I don't know that I want to do that. I might just do, 10% or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I guess I will see you tomorrow then. Do I need to send you an email with that link? It's the same one from period 6 from the other day. So.
No, I got it. They're all, you posted them on Canvas. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep.
All right. See you later then.
All right. Have a good day.
Okay. Bye. You too.